Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Thursday, September 29th, and the headlines are going to be the continuation of lots of clouds, scattered showers, and even some thunderstorms into Saturday. And some areas, especially across north central Michigan, down around the Thumb area into southwest Ontario, could see amounts well over an inch. In fact, I think many of the locations across the MAC area could see around an inch or better. But again, I think the highest probability is going to be over in the Thumb area into southwest Ontario. Our normals for the day is 67, our normal low is 43. And if we look at the conditions around the area yesterday, you can see most areas picked up at least some rainfall, and temperatures were mainly in the low to mid 60s across the area. And you'll notice that the warmer temperatures were across the northern and western areas, and that's because of a little bit less in the way of thicker cloud cover and more rain off to the south. If we look at the current conditions across the area, you can see Middleton not currently showing data. Their weather computer down right now. Hopefully we'll get that up here in a few hours. And again, temperatures mainly in the upper 50s to around 60, so actually about 8 to 10 degrees above normal. Our normal lows are in the upper 40s, and really we're getting a tropical feed of moisture coming off the east coast, and that's actually going to keep us a little bit warmer than what we thought, mainly because the upper low is just not going anyplace. In fact, it's sunk down south into Indiana, and then it's going to be coming right back into Michigan here over the next 36 hours before finally beginning to lift out of the area by late in the weekend. If we look at the satellite view this morning, the infrared, you can see the pivoting moisture back around this big upper low that's located across south central Indiana. And then it's going to slowly drift back to the north, and we're going to get our next big tropical feed of moisture coming this way, especially for tonight through Friday night. So if you're going to football games on Friday night, just be aware there could be quite a bit of rainfall in certain areas, and it's going to set up with banding type precipitation. So if we're lucky where you're playing, you may certainly avoid some of the heaviest rains, but you could get underneath one of those heavy bands and you can certainly pick up a lot of rainfall like we're seeing across some of the areas of south central lower Michigan this morning. Again, our next big wave of precipitation will arrive for later tonight into the day on Friday into Friday night. And you can see on this morning's weather map our upper low right now across the Ohio Valley. And again, it's going to move back to the north, and then eventually it's going to move off to the northeast. You can see on the day too, excessive rainfall potential is possible across north central and northern Michigan, and then down around Lake Erie. So we'll have to watch that. I think our areas most likely to see the heaviest rains are going to be places like Blissfield and Jasper, up towards maybe Marlette and Brown City, and then over towards St. Thomas and Tupperville. Looks like they're going to be under the gun for the heaviest rainfall here over the next 3 days. And you can see by Saturday morning that low is still kind of waffling around the area, but then we expect that to fairly quickly lift out of the area as we get into Sunday and Monday. By early next week, we see more in the way of sunshine and temperatures returning into the 70s as possibly as early as Monday, but by Tuesday for sure. So much better weather is on the way, but not for the next 3 days or so. If we look at precipitation amounts, we expect the very heaviest rains across southeast lower Michigan, although I think anywhere is in the Thumb area. Again, 2 or more inches is possible for areas like Blissfield and Jasper over towards St. Thomas and Tupperville. Those are going to be the wet spots, but I think all areas across the MAC have a chance to see locally an inch or more of rain here over the next 72 hours. If we look at the day 2 excessive rainfall potential, you can see the slight risk down here in our Blissfield Jasper areas, but also up across north central lower Michigan too. Again, so really anywhere, depending on where those, it's almost like a hurricane where you get those feeder bands rotating back around the upper low, and whoever gets underneath those feeder bands are certainly going to have the most precipitation here during that period. As far as the extended outlook, you can see much of the eastern half of the United States is going to become quite warm and quite dry, and then the west will certainly be on the cool side, and we expect a battle zone where the most precipitation will fall in the next 5 to 8 days. Again, drier in the east and wetter towards the central. And as far as precipitation over that period, you can see the battle zone between the cold air to the west and the warm air to the east, certainly setting up quite a bit of rain out in that area. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, and 73s to all.